Hello guys, and welcome to another video on DJ Vlogs, and welcome back to the 144th episode of the Now Update. Today I've got quite a lot to talk about, so let's jump in with all the latest Now That's What I Call Music news and updates. So first of all, I'll of course be going through the upcoming albums that are due to be released, but of course first of all, Now That's What I Call Massive Hits and Number Ones was of course released on Friday. The album is out now. If you would like to get yourself a copy of the album, you can do, which of course is available from all the usual places. So of course you've got Amazon, you've got HMV's website and Now Music's online store, and of course you have got supermarkets and HMV stores. With supermarkets, you'll have to check if your local supermarket has a CD section, as not all of them do. If your local supermarket does have a CD section, then of course it should be selling that album. So now I'll go through the upcoming albums that are due to be released. So we've got Now Yearbook 1978, and that is due to be released this Friday on the 28th of April. And then we have Now That's What I Call Eurovision 2023, and that is also due to be released this Friday on the 28th of April. And then we have Now That's What I Call Legendary, and that is due to be released on the 26th of May. If you would like to order yourself a copy of any of these albums, you can do. The links in the description down below if you'd like to go and order. You can of course order from all the usual places. So you've got Amazon, HMV's website, and of course the Now Music's online store. And when these albums are out, you'll be able to get them in supermarkets and HMV stores, and of course that will be supermarkets that still sell CDs, as not all supermarkets still sell CDs. So of course I just did mention we're due to have two albums due to release this Friday. Of course we have the release of that Now Yearbook 1978 along with the release of Now That's What I Call Eurovision 2023. They're all due to release on a few different versions, 3 different versions of the Eurovision album, and of course 3 different versions of that Yearbook 1978 album as well. The review of those will hopefully be coming out in the next few weeks. I've got a few videos to of course get out over the next couple of weeks before I do those. I do of course have some videos that haven't been coming out on time, so I do of course have a few videos I have to upload before those, so that reviews of both those albums will be coming out soon. But I definitely will be reviewing those albums. It's just a possibility that my reviews of those albums are not going to be out for a few weeks, but I will of course keep you guys updated on my social medias. So now let's have a look at all the Now That's What I Call Music albums in the official top 50 compilation album chart. This is where I look at all the Now That's What I Call Music albums that feature in the official top 50 compilation album chart, which of course is updated every Friday. So at number 1 we have Now That's What I Call Music 114. That's a new entry there at number 1. That's done so well to go straight into number 1. To be honest, I was definitely expecting top 5 as usual, and I did think it'd get to number 1. I'd be very surprised if that didn't go straight into number 1, but I'm so glad that has gone straight to number 1. Let's just hope that can maintain its place at number 1 for a few weeks. At number 2 we of course have another new entry. We have Now That's What I Call Music 14, the re-release edition. Of course that's gone straight in at number 2 again, another album I was expecting to go top 5, and I very hope that would reach number 2, and of course it has, which has done so well. Let's just hope that doesn't drop down many places over the next few weeks. At 21 we have Now That's What I Call Music 113. At 27 we have Now number 1, 70 years of the official singles chart. At 29 we have Now That's What I Call 60s Pop. At 31 we have Now Yearbook 1986 Extra. At 32 we have Now That's What I Call a Massive 80s Party. And at 46 we have Now Yearbook 1986. So those all That's What I Call Music albums in the official top 50 compilation album chart, which is updated every Friday, and I'll release episodes every Monday. So this week we have 8 Now albums in the top 50. We did of course have 6 last week, so we have gained 2 more albums this week, and of course those 2 more albums we've gained this week are Now That's What I Call Music 114 and Now That's What I Call Music 14, the re-release edition, which has both done very well to go straight in at number 1 and number 2 this week. And this week the albums don't seem to do very well. The statistics for Now albums in the top 50 this week are, we have 6 albums going down and we have 2 new entries. So other than those 2 more albums that have just gone into the chart this week, all of the other albums are unfortunately moving down. Of those 8 albums, of course 6 of them are moving down, which is such a shame. I really do hope more of those can start moving up over the next few weeks. It would be really nice to see much more of these albums moving up than moving down. Last few weeks there's been a lot of albums moving down and not very many moving up. Of course this week is much worse. We have no albums moving up this week. Every album's moving down, and of course 2 new entries. It's a shame to see many of these albums moving down. Let's just hope more of these albums can start moving up over the next few weeks. So that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. We much appreciate it if you do. Also, make sure you subscribe and enable notifications to be notified every time I release a new video. And make sure to follow my Instagram, my Twitter and my Snapchat. That'll be just aside right there. And links to my social media will be in the description down below. And make sure to follow up on all them. And guys, I'll see you soon for another YouTube video.